The vegan or plant-based movement in Indonesia, especially in Jakarta, is growing. I mean, just look at the increasing number of fully vegan vendors and joints over the past 5 years. Even restaurants now adopting vegan recipes on their menu. So I will stroll around the city to taste some of the tastiest vegan dishes only on Sea Indonesia. Restaurants for me is the beating heart of a city. A venue where good food and community intertwine. That is why I love exploring new places, from those hidden online ways to the glitz and glam of modern restaurants. Follow me while I'm visiting the most exciting eating places around cities only on Sea Indonesia. Today, the vegan lifestyle or plant-based eating is very popular in Indonesia. Basically, one is because of the lifestyle, and number two is because of religious purpose, and also conscious of people who likes to living a healthy life even more. But do you know that actually that Indonesia, since back then, when I say back then, is since ancient times, already adopting this plant-based diet or vegetarian diet since the age of the ancient kingdoms. But not only until on the 19th century when the Dutch came, the colonial came, they brought with them their food culture. And of course, they are meat eaters, heavy meat eaters. And with that, the ideas of modern farming, like cattle and everything, more getting attention and being adopted by lots of industry in all around Indonesia. But speaking about veganism, do you know that the first vegan restaurant in Jakarta that actually, and I'm really convinced on this, thought this movement of plant-based eating in Indonesia and in Jakarta back then was actually Burgerins. But now Burgerin is not only Burgerins alone, it has already expanded into different kinds of corporations and new brands, exciting brands, and one of it, it's Max Pizza. This is where I'm heading now. Hello, Mbak.
Hi Ben.
Max, how are you?
Very good. Gimana? How are you?
Good. Oh, by the way, this is the main lunch. Really good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You like it?
It tastes very nostalgic.
Yeah, it's classic.
It's classic. Like it's no fuss. It's just good mint chocolate and good donut.
That's all you want from a donut.
I really love your place. This place.
Thank you so much.
I really remember.
Thank you.
Because it's kind of so different with Burgerins, kan? I think this is Mac translated in the restaurant. This is the personality, right, with the greens and everything.
Yeah, so I mean, thank you for commenting on the green.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really our color.
Yeah.
And I guess you were right. Like Burgerins and Max's Pizza is very different. Like the way we present ourselves, I think Burgerins has a more matured age group crowd. You know,
since 2000 and I think it's 14, right?
2013 actually. It's been 9 years. Man. Yeah, anyway, like, no, the green is just like green and plant-based spirit.
This is Max and Helga's spirit.
Exactly. And translated into a booth,
a classic mint donut.
Exactly.
And then a pizza. By the way, do you have any recommendation for me to try? Because I saw lots of things.
Yeah, so is this your first time coming here?
In a place, yes.
In a place, right?
Yeah.
So I recommend Wadza pizza.
Oh.
Meaning that it will come in a round form.
Yeah.
It will be 4 different flavors in one dough.
So I can taste almost
You can
everything.
taste almost everything.
I think that's
you know?
perfect. For
Yeah.
you to share also, right?
Exactly.
But this is really nice. The margarita.
Is it different than a normal margarita?
Of course, it's different, but it's a good different. Even if you go to normal margarita, each pizza place also have different
difference.
texture and everything, right?
Good point.
Why do you choose Kemang for your first pizza venture, and why it's pizza?
Right. I was a heavy junk food and especially cheese eater.
Ooh.
Right, so I guess like after being a plant-based eater for a while, and also I eat dairy-free and all that, right? I'm missing my cheesy slices, you know. Very simple reason, right? But usually a very simple reason, but very powerful because it's something that you grew up with. A really heavy cheese eater. I'm sure I'm not the only one who feels this way, you know. So for those people out there who are dairy-free and also in a plant-based diet, just new options, you know. And a cheese, plant-based pizza is dairy-free but as delicious, you know. Like you said, like good food is a good food.
Good food is good food. Yeah, and you never question that.
Exactly. So that's what we're trying to deliver.
Oh.
You know?
I'm also wondering, like, why Kemang, Max?
I think Kemang is a place of all things trendy, you know, vegan or not, you know. I think a lot of movement or like a lot of brands came out from this place.
Yeah.
You know, there's that spirit just doesn't exist anywhere else in Jakarta, right?
Yeah.
And also Kemang has a lot of youth demographics. You know,
that's really important.
Younger people, right?
It's real good. No, this is really good.
Yeah.
Really good.
A lot of people like more classic taste, but I really like the rendang because like I think the cheese that we make, the plant-based cheese that we make, it really pairs well with
and it's spicy.
rendang. Exactly. We're
Spicy.
After all, we're Southeast Asian, Indonesian especially, like that kick from
Your
chili.
spiciness, yes. But back to the question.
Yes.
Back to the question. How do you see the plant bases now? That already grew in.
Right. You mean like the evolution?
Evolution and transformation. From your perspective as the player within that industry.
Oh yeah, I mean compared to 8-9 years ago when I first started, we have undergone like a massive transformation. You know, not all vegan or vegetarians yet, but like there's a rising movement called the flexitarian. I'm sure you have heard, right? Flexitarian is like people who want to commit reducing their meat, eating more plant-based ingredient for their health, for their environment. You know. So this group is growing rapidly, you know. So I guess that kind of like propels the movement to become what it is now, you know. And it's more enticing for the younger generation because we're afraid of commitment, right? Aren't we? Like, not only the young generation, but like all of us.
So that's a deep question. Afraid of commitment? Yes, I do. Follow me while I'm visiting the most exciting eating places around cities only on Sea Indonesia. Chipete has a special place in Indonesia coffee movement because back then, in the midst of the last decade, this place was actually the birth of the iconic Kopi Susu Gula Aren. And afterwards, lots of coffee shops emerged within this very small district. And this time, I'm going to visit Mad for Coffee, which is considerably the first vegan-friendly coffee shop in the Chipete area. Here I am. Hello, morning, pagi morning. Ada apa Mbak? What do you have here?
Kita ada untuk oatly-nya, kita susunya itu ada pakai oatly,
Yes.
soy, sama ada orasi. Itu soy juga.
I think I get the oat latte.
Oh, oke.
Hot oat latte.
Oke.
How are you? Good.
Good.
Hello.
Good, Andoni.
Kendra.
Great.
How are you? Finally, I'm here.
Yeah, welcome to Network Coffee.
Now it's ready to be drink. I ordered the oat latte.
Yeah.
It's one of the signature, right?
Yes, that's our signature. In fact, one of our best-selling items.
Oh wow.
So I think you picked the right one.
I think.
Yeah. Are you the hot guy or the cold guy?
I mean, I know you're hot.
I think I'm the hot guy.
It's always hot around here, so I think, yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get the good one, right? I think it's a nice outdoor space you have.
Let's go and have a seat.
We shall.
Enjoy.
Oh, this is the same, the oat latte.
Yes, but I like the cold one because I'm not as hot as you.
Okay.
I'm not as hot as you. That's why.
It is a fun. Wow, this is,
What do you think?
I get mine now. So umami.
Yeah?
I mean, it's so gurih bahasanya.
Yeah. I mean, compared to dairy option, or
No.
do you think there's any difference or different?
If I'm a not normal, I mean, I'm the people that, just general people, I cannot differentiate which is it, dairy or not dairy.
Yeah.
Especially people who's not a coffee, I mean, like avid coffee
Yeah.
drinker, right? Like me, I'm not an avid coffee drinker, but I cannot differentiate.
Differentiate,
Okay.
yeah. It's good, right?
Oh, which is good. It's
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
I mean, you guys did well. I'm really curious. How did you guys start with Mad for Coffee? I mean, it's Chipete, right? It's the place where coffee places.
Right. The story behind it is, so there's two entities here. There's the Jakarta Vegan Guide guys.
Ooh.
There's Firman and Revo,
Yeah.
and there's myself.
Yeah.
So we've always had a concern with, since we're both vegans, we've been vegan for 5 years around that time. We've always feel that it's very concerning that dairy-free coffee, the concept is always add-on. We never see a coffee shop that's, well, according to my knowledge, that's like, no, the recipe should be in-house from the beginning. The dairy-free alternative is combined very well with the coffee.
The craftsmanship that you make
Yes.
on the coffee.
Not just, here's a coffee, you add on.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
there's a recipe, there's an R&D involved.
Yeah, I think the add-on concept, I totally agree because it's always been like you have to ask for it. You know, it's not comes as a default, right?
Yeah.
And not only it doesn't come as a default. I think the problem is it always more expensive. An add-on, a lot of barista or a lot of coffee shop, they don't really think about the taste profile,
Yeah.
whether it match the coffee. You know, so that's why every time you go to a coffee shop.
Yeah.
And then having a soy latte or hot latte,
Yeah.
the taste usually just kind of, like, is it okay or
Yeah.
it's actually bad,
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. By the way, I really like the way you guys using this stainless steel
Yes.
glass.
And-
I think this is a very clever move because it retains the coldness, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And it's also like, I've heard people who come here,
Yeah.
why did you guys come here? Oh, I saw this glass on Instagram.
Oh,
So they
really?
didn't come from the coffee, they didn't come for this, they literally saw people posting on Instagram.
You should take a photo right now.
Yeah, this is
What's your
really
Insta?
nice.
And it's crazy because these are the things that you don't expect. right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's
No
funny, I like
wonder,
this.
right?
Yeah.
Because when your coffee came, I'm just like, oh, this is a nice glass.
Yeah.
That's a clever way to.
So now do you want a cold one?
Right after this.
Yeah.
What is something about South? for the community of plant-based people? What makes it different from the vegan people or the plant-based people on the West, for example?
That's a very interesting question,
Yeah.
and there's no right answer.
Yeah,
And whatever
definitely.
answer, some people are going to disagree with, some people are going to agree.
Yeah.
But from my standpoint, people from South Jakarta atau anak-anak selatan,
Anak-anak Jaksel.
we're always seen as either the first movers,
Yeah.
the cultural changers.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want veganism or plant-based to become just a trend or an it thing. But it's something that's very forward-looking, very future-looking. People are doing it for environmental reasons, for health reasons, for whatever reasons people are doing it.
Yeah.
And for some reason, the South Jacardans. And of course, there's an influence where most expats live in South Jakarta. Most, I'm not saying all.
Yeah.
So, the amalgamation of culture, the mixed pot, the cultural cooking pot, now,
Yeah.
it's all there. And that's why we believe in Chipete or in South Jakarta.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right, there's a lot of coffee shops opening up.
Yeah.
But we feel that, we're not scared at all. We know that plant-based or dairy-free alternative coffee shop is the future.
Yeah.
And what better place to put it than the South?
How you, for the past few years, have managed to address the mission and vision, and how the community respond to it?
It was interesting, exciting, and also I've learned that although I think most vegan business have the same mission and vision, they not necessarily have the same way of doing their business. So I think what we provide here, because not everyone has a great community sense.
Yeah.
Like not a restaurant has someone like Andovi,
Yeah.
that's very outspoken. Some people, they are very shy. They don't even know how to connect with media. So I think what we provide here is like a platform where all those vegan business that has a very great product, they actually get a chance to be seen, by the community.
Yeah.
Because we've seen a lot of this, a lot of, like food that tastes amazing.
Yeah.
But they just don't have the stage for
Yeah.
it. So we provide that and we bring the community.
Follow me while I'm visiting the most exciting eating places around cities on Sea Indonesia. You know that this writing a letter activity is very iconic, like a ritual when you go to the city of Verona, which is in Italy, in a building known as the Casa di Giulietta or House of Juliet, where tourists from around the world may go to the place that is believed to be the home of Juliet, of the famous William Shakespeare's play, The Romeo and Juliet. So I think I wrote my letters and I'm going to put mine. I'm hoping for someone to reply this. Voila, to the post. But actually, I came here for the treasures, which is baked goods vegan dessert. Do you know that I think when I first ate vegan dessert was about 4 years ago. It was not like as it is today, like everywhere you can find almost at every place vegan options when you want to crave something indulgence like sweet treats. And what I love from vegan dessert is actually the texture of it. So if you eat and you love sweet treats, sometimes it's too heavy. Either it's heavy on the cream, it's heavy on the chocolate and everything. But vegan desserts like this, they offer a more delicate textures and flavor also, so it's not overwhelming. So you can dig and munch over and over again. Like this one, the pandan. I love the pandan because the texture is, you see that the cake is kind of crumbly, but it melts, dissolve in your mouth. And regular meringue or buttercream dairy, or using eggs, for example. The vegan option is more airy, so it's just nice light, and you want to eat more and more and more, and it's very fulfilling also.
Hi, Kevin.
Hi, Vivian.
Hi, how are you?
I'm in love with this. You know that I love this. That who knew that mango and thyme would be a very interesting pair, right?
Yeah, it's very fresh.
It's very fresh.
Yeah.
And it gives like this. It's somehow merged nicely. So good.
Thank you.
Anyway, I just wrote this letter, right?
Wow.
As if I'm in Verona. Do I get any reply?
Yeah, you will.
And who's the one gonna reply that? You.
Yeah, me and a few of my friends.
Ah.
Yeah, we study psychology.
Yeah.
And we act as secretaries of Juliet and replying letters.
Interesting. So you're doing almost everything.
Yeah, with my team.
With your
also.
team.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised on how you make this. I mean, your place is not in a big area.
Yeah,
It's
that's
just
right.
it's in a very small landways, basically. But how did you come up with this amazing dessert?
So firstly, 6 years ago, it wasn't our idea to open vegan bakery actually.
Oh, it wasn't?
Yeah, so we
Oh.
just want to open a small space where students around this area can
Yeah.
eat vegan foods and write letters. So yeah, the first concept is actually focusing on letters.
Oh.
But we need to survive, right? So
We need
we
to
create a lot of small bites, vegan small bites, and
Yeah.
as the time that goes by, our customer really likes our baked goods.
Yeah.
So
Because you're vegan, right?
yes, I'm vegan with my husband. Both of us opened
Yeah.
this, and it's vegan from the very start. So many demands. So that's why now we focus on vegan bakery.
How do you find the substitution for all the baked goods? This is so good. This is a mousse, right?
Yes, kind of like a mousse.
Like a mousse with what?
With non-dairy cream. Indonesia actually is a very great place to find substitute ingredients for vegans, and it's actually cheap as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like nuts, non-dairy
Yeah,
milk is
yeah.
very cheap in Indonesia, right?
Yeah.
Unlike at the Western country,
Yeah.
tempeh is very
Oh, it's luxurious,
expensive. Yeah,
thing, right.
so I think Indonesia is a great place for vegans.
Yeah.
And the substitution we use at very different baked goods is different as well. So if you want to bind together, it's great to use bananas, but it will have banana flavor, right? If you want banana flavor, you can use chia,
Seeds, yeah.
flaxseed,
You soak it with water.
yeah, and blend it. It will egg white texture. And if you want to Thai rice texture, you can baking powder and apple cider vinegar.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's like it creates spongy texture for cakes. You want the products to have a same texture, right, with non-vegans baked goods, but you can experiment it in different ways.
But how is the modern vegan landscape in West Jakarta?
In West Jakarta.
In West Jakarta, because
Yeah.
I'm from the south.
Yeah.
So I know that vegan is something like
Yeah.
cool.
I
If
know,
you're
I know.
vegan, if you're plant-based, is something cool. But how is it in West?
I think there is difference in West and South because a lot of West Jakarta people, like you said earlier, is religious, spiritual people
Yeah.
following Buddhism.
Yeah.
So they don't eat onions, garlic, like allium.
Only allium.
Yeah,
Shallots.
Yeah,
and
yeah, they
everything.
don't eat this kind of things. I think for West Jakarta people, it's more. A lot of people is from spiritual background and spiritual reason,
Yeah.
and South is more vegan from the Western side, right? That's what I perceive.
Consumer, whether you're vegan or not vegan, sometimes people have so many demands, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I want that. Oh, I don't want this. I don't want to use that. I don't want to use this. Is that something happens also in the Rumah Juliet's
Yeah,
consumer?
happens every day.
Oh, really?
Especially because we are vegan, right? So a lot of people with allergies and special needs, children with special needs also come to us. Say that they want soy in the ingredients, and they don't want soy in the
don't want,
ingredients, and
yeah.
they don't want sometimes coconut milk. Like it's not. They think that it's not good for like old people. Like
because of the fat.
Because of the fat. So we got a lot of custom requests.
Yeah.
And I think that's the most challenging part for us. Yeah.
Vegan or plant-based lifestyle is actually returning to ancestor roots for Indonesian people, which the main vision is still about getting a more balanced life, even as it transforms into a different kinds of narrations.